I don't know why they don't make a remake Back to the Future, but Back to the Goofer, dude.
Yeah.
You need to go back to the goofing. We need to get back there.
I would like to just goof.
I think our country is now in a state of non-goof, dude.
Yeah, we're in goof deficit.
Wherever goof was in the stock market,
Yeah.
we're 29 crash, dude.
Yeah.
We're in a goof depression right now.
They aborted the goofs.
We don't have any goofs, dude. There was a mass deportation of goof.
Yeah, and this is conception.
It sucks, dude. We're this close, dude.
Yeah, we're trying to take this goof to term.
We're third trimester goof right now, and they're trying to take away our right to goof, dude.
I know, dude.
I don't want a goof ban. We need goofs more than ever right now. I think that's one thing we can decide on.
Yeah.
We need goofs more than ever.
The one thing about being in the city or not being in the city anymore is I don't see any like Planned Parenthood protests anymore. And those ladies usually that are doing it, regardless of what they feel, they are kind of like weird cunty ladies.
Yes.
And I'm like, damn, this is what happens when you let a baby go all the way.
This is exactly, yeah, dude. You are the reason. You're the reason this place exists.
This isn't a good case for letting babies live.
No, you're the worst. There are so many people that I've met. I'm like, you're the reason I'm pro-choice. It's like, you're like, you are fucking awful.
Dude, I don't want to let babies get old.
No, dude. And have you ever met a cunty baby?
Yeah.
Oh my God. They're the worst. It's like, and you don't know who to blame when you meet like a really shitty baby. And I'm not even talking about like a toddler. Like you meet like a baby that's just learning how to talk and walk, and you're like, wow, you can already see that you're just going to be the biggest asshole ever. You're the type of person who will send food back 3 times at a restaurant.
It's a case for nature.
It's
for
very,
sure.
dude, watching you put food in front of a baby and have them be like, oh. It's like, no,
Yeah.
You eat that, you fucking piece of shit. And like, now make it the way I want it.
Yeah.
Make it the way I want it.
And then you see the woke babies too, where you try and give it to them by a choo-choo train. They're like, that was made from slave labor.
You're like, do you know what this is? Do you know how many people had to die for this spoon? So many. Is that grass fed? Dude, there's the crazy thing is when you see a family, like I've met staunch vegan families.
Yeah.
And watching them feed a baby like all vegan food. It's kind of like when you see like people trying to make a dog be vegan.
It's like seen dog vegan.
You haven't seen people forcing their dogs to eat salads and shit?
That's crazy.
Dude, it's nuts when you go, like, there's tons of viral videos of, like, again, bleeding heart vegans who, like, everybody can be, everything. We don't need meat.
Right.
And then you're taking an animal that is an animal.
Yeah.
And then be like, my dog's vegan too. Like, he can eat salad. And then watching the dog, what they'll do, this is the funniest part, they'll put a plate of salad and meat in front of the dog. And the dog, it isn't even like, they don't even pretend to be like, oh, salad or meat. They're just like, meat. And then you just start eating it right away. They're like, no, God. I'm like, let it eat what it wants to eat. It's a dog. And the baby is the same thing. Like the babies need like protein and nutrients, and we're omnivores.
Yeah.
We're born that way. Don't deny a baby its eating because you feel that cows shouldn't be put in pens and have a goddamn bolt thrown into their brain, which...
Right. I wonder how they would feel about it if when a baby sucked the titty, steak came out.
A steak titty?
Yeah. Can you imagine how fucking pissed they'd be?
If a baby sucked on a tit and then...
And like filet mignon.
Oh, that would be so sick.
That would be tight. I'm really just in the practice of combining sick shit.
Yeah, wouldn't monster truck condoms be awesome? Yeah. It's like, condoms not so great, but some of them are ribbed. Imagine one that looks like tire tread. That you just, dude, steel belted condoms. Yeah. Oh my God.
Damn, what if I come Scorpion King 2 on Blu-ray?
Dude, if a chick squirts and it's all Mario's coins coming out. That would be so. Yeah. I think that was when people, like some women would be like, "What do you want in the bedroom?" It's like, I want to fuck you so hard that when you come, it's like when Sonic gets hit and loses rings everywhere. That's and just like raining down gold. That's what I want. I want to be able to do that with my wang.
8-bit jizz.
That's, dude. We've come so far that now we don't even have 8-bit jizz anymore, dude.
No.
We have super digital, realistic jizz. And I wonder if has there been, you play video games, right? Are you a gamer guy or just like a one specific game?
Yeah, I get into specific games.
Okay, what is the most, besides like, you play Call of Duty, right? Were you a dude?
Back in the day.
Were you a duty dude? And now what are you into the most right now?
I love open world games. So
okay. So this
Spider-Man.
Okay. So then we're on the same page. So when Grand Theft Auto 5, that was one of those games that I remember being like, whoa, man, they're really showing like full tit in these games. Like they're really going hard. And there was a part I remember when Trevor dropped his pants and you could see half dong in the game. I was like, whoa, we're showing digital bird right now. We're getting crazy. And there's going to be a time, I'm wondering what game is going to pull the trigger where we see a PS5 cum shot.
Right.
On a like, I wonder, it's going to be there. We're going to have this, like, because they keep pushing the things back, like, because all games are mature. They're rated M for mature now.
Right.
Do you know there's an AO rating, right? Adults only.
Really?
You didn't know that?
And Grand Theft Auto isn't that.
It's crazy how like when video game ratings started coming out, actually, I still have it at my house. I have a Mortal Kombat 2, like the old box and everything, and it's rated M for mature, but the rating is M13. Mature was 13 for video games.
Really?
In the 90s.
It's the Jew scale.
So
you're a man when you're 13.
Exactly. There was definitely their blood mitzvah without a doubt. Yeah. MK2 was like, yo, it's changing. But like, I remember when I got it, I think I was like maybe 10, 11. And my mom, I'll give it to her, has no idea what ratings mean. Like she knows rated R is bad, but like M13, she's like, so you have to be, you're 10. In 3 years, your brain will be able to process this. It's like, it's fine. But I remember then it jumped from M13 to M17.
Yes.
When PlayStation came around and things, weirdly enough, got worse with the graphics, which I didn't understand. Like things got so pixelated and digitized that it just looked worse. But then it was 17. And that's when the whole rating system went from like, I think the lowest one is
E?
It's like KA. Really? It's like KA is like everybody. It's almost like rated G. Yeah. And then there's E, which is everybody, but it's like, hey, everybody doesn't mean everybody. And then there's E10, which is like everybody, but like up to 10 years old, these kids can get it. And then there's teen, which is basically the PG-13 of games, which the game's either got to be so amazing or you don't want it. It's got to be like I remember getting Destruction Derby. Yeah. And I was like, yo, Demolition Derby. And it was rated teen. And I didn't understand. I was like, all you're doing is driving cars into shit. I was like, what child doesn't need, come on.
Maybe car violence?
Yeah, I mean, if it would be different if the car's like, just like scream, like, God. If it was, dude, in the movie Cars, what if there was a Demolition Derby scene in the movie Cars?
That would be
why didn't that happen? Like you have all these cars who are like, yo, Lightning McQueen, he's like he's a NASCAR guy, and then you got the tow truck, and then you got the one sexy car. There's only one sexy car in it, and I don't know what that slut did, but but if there was like a car that was like, I'm a cage fighter, like I go into the fucking arena, I smash into I don't know why that's never.
Yeah, they just bleed away.
Pixar. Yeah, dude, just like walking, it's like that tail light's hanging. I was like, God, put it back in. My fucking tail light. There's no horrific crashes in cars.
Do cars fuck in that world?
So from what I've heard is that I've heard two theories on the cars thing is that inside the car, there's almost like a human in the way that like the Matrix was like they were in the pod. Okay. So inside the car, there's like a person hooked up with like a tube in their mouth and their butthole, and like they're all like stuck in the car.
Whoa.
And the car is like, now you're like living this virtual reality life in reality through the car. So the car is getting all your like your expressions and shit. So fucking probably happens. We just don't know how. Now,
right.
I would think there's no way missionary happens with cars.
Right, because they're like cows. They can't get back
you'd
up.
have to be like, it'd have to be like, under like chassis to chassis. And then how does one car flip over again? Like you'd never be able to figure that out.
True.
And then the other way,
you can only do doggy.
you could only do dog, but even then, the weight of the car. Have you ever seen a car on top of another car? It's like you still weigh like 3,000 pounds, even though you're a 3,000 pound car.
Yeah, you're smashing.
You're going to smash the window. You're going to.
Yeah.
There has to be a way. Maybe, it would be crazy. Like, so out of the gas tank, there's like a tube that comes out and goes into the other gas tank.
That's very Avatar.
It's got to be like that.
On the Avatar thing, I was thinking maybe muffler to muffler.
So muffler
like ladies have a wider, more extent.
Oh, one of the ones that are really loud. Typical woman.
Exactly.
Real loud and obnoxious.
The guys have a more long, narrow.
A long, narrow muffler. That's how you know it's a guy. Oh, why? Oh, you wonder if they're like, look at her muffler. It's so blown out. Like, it's just.
Is that where muff comes from?
No, from what I hear, muff. The term muff comes from. So when Merkins were being invented.
That's the movie bush, right?
What do you mean? Movie bush?
Is that the thing like actresses put on their pussies
So
for
that
movies?
they did do that for a while, but do you know why Merkins were invented?
No.
You don't know why Merkins?
For Halloween? Like if you want to be a cop, you get the fake mustache.
For Halloween? You said that like the most innocent man on the planet. It's like, why was this dildo of it? Well, clearly Halloween.
My pussy's a firefoot.
What are you talking about? It's for fun. No, Merkins were they were invented in Western Europe, and they were very popularized by the good old boy Ben Franklin in America. Merkins were invented because back in antiquity, prostitutes were just as big as they are now. Sex work was out of control. And if you had pubic hair, there was a 1,000,000% chance you had pubic lice or crabs. So what they would do is they would shave all how you get rid of crabs and lice is you shave all your pubic hair off.
Right.
But you didn't want to look like a shaved pussy back then was seen as gross. Because they're like, yo, why you're diseased. So for women to still have a job, they had to put on some fake pubes. So men would still find them visibly attractive.
I see.
Bush was big back then.
Right.
So Bush was like, if you want a job, you better get yourself a bush.
Glycerine.
And as the ladies go by.
Yeah. That makes sense.
You had to have bush to be a prostitute. So they invented Merkins. And it's the same thing with wigs. Like the reason men wore wigs or people wore wigs is because they had lice. So they would shave all their heads and then they put wigs on their head. Right. Same thing with pubes. They would shave off all their pubes and then they'd glue beaver. And that's where beaver came from too as well. And pelt. So like when people are like, yo, I'm looking for some succulent pelt.
I never heard pelt.
You never heard pelt?
No.
For real?
I feel like I'm learning new terms.
You've never heard like a dude be like, yo, I need some pelt tonight.
No, it sounds like like bird food.
I'm looking for pelt. No, dude. Pelt. That's where guys are like, yo, I'm beaver hunting. I need the beaver pelt tonight.
That's crazy.
Yeah, beaver. I don't know how you didn't know this.
Yeah.
How did you not know this?
I feel like I know all the other ones. Never pelt. I knew beaver. I knew muff, sliz, gash, pussy. Obviously vagina. Poonanny.
Poontang is
Yeah.
always a good one.
I've heard it being called a flower before.
Flower is, I think the one that I really hate is, a chick's going to be a handful and annoying if she calls it her yoni.
Yeah.
Yoni chicks, she's like, it's my yoni.
Because she grew up Catholic.
Not only grew up Catholic, she also believes in New Age medicine.
Right.
She's a crystal chick. Yoni or my energy. I've had a chick refer to her pussy once as my energy.
Wow.
And that is like, what?
Which I feel like is a way of thinking you can only get to through extreme privilege or a devastating molestation.
Energy does sound like it's something a creepy uncle would say, like, I'm here to take your energy.
Like the Space Jam ball.
He's like a dementor. Just come. It's like, oh, it's like you're going inside.
Feels so cool.
It's like, I'm taking your energy. That's what like, I think like a couple of, child murderers would be like, I had to kill these children to take their life force,
Yeah.
Like the Sanderson sisters from Hocus Pocus. Like you.
I put a rape on you.
So strong, so strong, so strong. Oh man,
Yeah.
Hocus Pocus.
That is spooky.
It is spooky knowing that there. And so, did you ever hear of a pawn garage?
Pawn garage.
Pawn garage.
Pong?
Pawn. For a woman's vagina. Pawn,
No.
Pawn garage. Tampon.
P-O-N? Oh,
Tampon
okay.
garage or pawn garage.
That's fun.
It's pretty.
I've heard ham wallet.
Ham wallet is good. Oyster ditch, pretty good.
That's good.
And it's always good to be like, yo, I'm going to suck a pearl out of that oyster ditch.
That's nice.
Yeah, oyster ditch, women don't like. Ham wallet is good. Because then you can also be like, yo, I'm going to shake the nickels out of them ham wallet.
Give me your lunch money, lady.
I'm a whole upside down. Holy shit, this is the end podcast.
This is the end.
With Ryan Channer, I'm joined by the one and only Robert Cruz. Thank you for being on the show.
Hey, Daddy.
Where can the people find you? What are you plugging?
Just check out Do-Rag and the Deer Tag, baby.
Such a great show.
And patreon.com/Do-Rag and the Deer Tag. This applies to all the boys that got a Patreon. If you subscribe to it, dude, do it through the browser.
Whoa.
Because if they do it through the Patreon app,
I know.
those motherfuckers get 30%.
You have to do it through the browser, which is crazy because I got an email about that the other day. And I was like, what the fuck is going on?
I know.
It's like we can't have anything, dude. It's like we can't have anything.
Yeah, I would prefer if they let us cook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How great would that be if they're like, oh, you guys are working? Let it grow, dude.
Yes.
Let it grow. And then like tell all your friends about how easy and fun it is to be part of something that allows you and gives you the tools to be the person you want to be. And it's like, no, dude, we're corporate fucks and we're going to take as much as we can from you. It's like you can't get away from it, man.
And if they're not careful, dude, we're going to go to OnlyFans.
I know.
They're paying out the big bucks.
I know. We're going to have to go to OnlyFans. And as a person who had an OnlyFans for a second.
Yeah.
It's like, I always thought about like how much more money would I have showing my wiener on OnlyFans?
But did you try and do like this kind of content on OnlyFans, or
No.
was it PP OnlyFans?
It was boner OnlyFans, dude. It was gonna be my bone, dude.
Dude, good for you,
Straight
man.
up.
How'd it do?
I didn't monetize it. I just made the page.
For sport.
Yeah, it was during the pandemic, Rob. It was during the pandemic, and I didn't know if I was ever gonna go back to work again.
Right.
But
you didn't charge anything.
Yeah, it was just a free, but there was nothing on the page.
Oh.
Keep in mind, there was nothing on the page.
So you never posted.
I didn't post anything. I just started. I'm like, and it was one of the things like, oh, I'm going to do it, dude. Okay.
Yeah.
It's the equivalent of women being like, I'm going to put my feet on the internet. I'm just going to put my feet on and make money. People are doing that, and I'm making money.
Right.
It's like I was like, yo, I'll just show my fucking sweet thick bird on the internet.
Yeah.
And then I never did it. And then the only time I ever activated my OnlyFans is when I helped a friend out with her OnlyFans, and OnlyFans only wanted you working with other OnlyFans people, which I also was like, come on.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? If a lady wants to get railed by some dude and put it on the internet, that guy doesn't have to be a businessman.
Yeah, I didn't know the porn people had to sign non-competes.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude. It is a fucking, I don't know.
So you're in a porno.
Yeah, on the internet.
Good for you, man.
But then again, I don't know.
No face, no case.
No face. I don't.
Okay.
I don't show the money maker. On
Right,
there.
of course.
I show the money shot maker on there.
cool.
That's all I did.
And do you have identifiable tattoos though?
I've I'm nothing. I'm a ghost, dude.
Oh, okay.
I've
For some reason I thought you had a chest tattoo. or something. Because you're very decorative with your back.
That would be
with
so
the vest.
sick.
So I was like, this guy has to have the front cover.
Wait, hold on. Tell me what you think my chest tattoo. You thought I had a chest tattoo. What do you think my chest tattoo is?
For
What do
some
you
reason I thought
envision?
it was something almost like it didn't expand to the shoulder like the Rock, but it was something on the pec.
Was it like across both pecs, like a real chest piece?
No,
or was it
one
just
pec.
one pec?
And it was like over your heart, and it was like a horror icon.
Oh,
If I'm just being real.
wait a minute. So wait, now when you say horror icon, do you mean like Universal monster horror icon, or like 80s slasher film icon, or like new age
I
guys?
would see you getting more 80s icon.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anyone in specific that you think I would have on there?
I could see you getting because you really like hockey as well, so maybe a Jason Voorhees.
So Jason, you know what? If there's any horror icon I like the most, I do enjoy Jason Voorhees over Freddy Krueger.
Yeah.
And the reason I enjoy Jason over Freddy Krueger is because Jason has always been retarded.
Yeah.
They've never made Jason a wisecracking Looney Tune. He's always just been a lumbering idiot, just like, I'll kill you. I'll fucking kill you. I'm going to twist your head off. As where Freddy Krueger became a guy who's got jokes. Freddy, if you take all the movies from Nightmare on Elm Street 3 to Nightmare on Elm Street Part 6, Freddy's Dead,
Yeah.
you could easily get a 20-minute special.
Really?
With all the wisecracking he's doing, no joke. If AI had the technology to make Freddy do a special, it could easily be done.
There's I haven't watched it like that.
Dude, he became. I think a lot of people don't know that because when they think of Freddy Krueger, they think of, again, the guy who's like, he not only slashes you to death, he makes a little. He gets you. He bites at your heels a little bit, makes you feel bad for being a dumb teen.
Yeah.
He'll rip you a new one verbally. He'll make jokes, and he's got quips, and he's got all these cool catchphrases. In the original Nightmare on Elm Street, Freddy Krueger is out of control, just crazy. He's just a crazy man.
He attacks dreams, right?
Freddy Krueger attack in your dreams. He doesn't attack your dreams.
All right. So like, if I wanted to be a Twitch streamer, he wouldn't say like, that's impossible.
Yeah, he'd be like, grow up, faggot.
Get a real job.
Oh, your parents don't love you, Robert. And then he just walks
You'll never
away.
get married.
Good luck finding love. I'm destroying your dreams. He just rips up a homeowner contract. He's like, you'll never own. It's rent forever, Robert.
Good luck driving Uber.
It'll always be a make and model 7 years before. You'll never have a new car, Robert.
You'll forever live in your car, Hans King.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Just destroying dreams. That would be an even more insidious monster.
Yeah.
Like letting you have dreams, like a great dream, and then at the end, the lights come up, and it's just Freddy Krueger, like Simon Cowell. Like, you're a fucking idiot. You really believe you're going to have that?
Dreadful.
You're so bad. You have no singing voice. You're never going to make it. You should stop going to auditions. You're one of the worst people I've ever seen in my entire life. Really, Freddy Krueger just forces you to commit suicide.
Yeah, damn. Who would be like the who's the rest of the panel? Like who's Abdul?
Oh man, so I'm sure on a dream. Oh, you know fucking Pinhead from Hellraiser.
Yeah.
Definitely is somebody who's just like, you are so dumb. just constantly like, I see what you did there, and you had a beautiful voice. but you didn't make me open my box and come.
And Hellraiser is like they send you in the permanent hell or something like that.
So
I haven't seen that one.
The Cenobites are so they're angels to some, demons to others. The whole point of the Cenobites is that when you're you're a man or a lady, and you've had all the pleasures that Earth could give you, and you are trying to push yourself to the edge of the extreme pleasures that maybe drugs can't give you and alcohol can't give you, even gut lockers and schlongs can't give you. You gotta push it to the edge, and that's where the puzzle box comes into play. And you open it, and the Cenobites show up, and they basically take you into a different dimension and torture you. Now, some people see the whole thing is it's scary because everyone who opens a box thinks they know what they want.
Right.
The whole point of it is like, I know that what I'm going to get is going to give me pleasure. But really, the Cenobites are like, no, we're just going to like cut your dick off and shove it. Like, we're actually just going to put a fucking mercury rod in your penis and hit it with a hammer. Nothing crazy.
They do that in the movie.
No, but they could easily.
That's crazy.
Dude, there's gotta be a Cenobite that it's their first day, and they're like, "What are you doing?"
You're like, too much.
Like, whoa! We use chains here. It's like, wait, what? Just one guy with a ball peen hammer. He's like, I can't just smash his nuts. I'm
Strap on like a fire dildo. They're like, hold on.
Wait, what? Is that just a gun? One Cenobite just holding a gun. Like, what? You guys are using bear traps and shit. Shit. My bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, Pinhead is they're interdimensional BDSM demons.
Yeah.
Who take you into a different realm and then basically tear you apart. The first Hellraiser is very good. The second one, pretty good. And then they really do get more ridiculous, outlandish. However, I will say it was met with mixed reviews. The Hulu in 2018 did a remake of Hellraiser, which is still available, which I would suggest watching. They did a really good job, and everyone was bitching that they made Pinhead. So what they did, they wokeified it. They took a movie that is essentially gay BDSM to begin with, and everyone's like, they made it woke. I'm like, it's all pretty gay. When you think about it in the grand scheme, it's all pretty, LGBTQIA friendly in the demon realm of things. But everyone was bitching that they made Pinhead a woman. They made the main Cenobite a woman now, which again, I don't care because it's a fictional character.
Right.
I could give two shits about it. It's also, not only is it a fictional character, it's also an interdimensional demon. It's not like a person. It's not like they took a tangible thing and be like, now we're making it a woman because it's inclusive. It's like, no, you took a thing that never existed and made it a thing that doesn't matter anymore. My only gripe was that there was not enough tits in the movie. That's my only gripe with horror movies. If you're going to have something that's out of control, put some fucking boob in there.
In the 80s and stuff, there was heavy boobage. And
boob was crazy.
The movies weren't even rated back then, right?
No, they were always rated.
They were?
Yeah.
I thought I heard the rated system came oddly later than you thought it would.
So the rating system did come later than you think it would.
Yeah.
But however, there were certain movies that were they were not rated. Like there were certain movies that just didn't get rated because even the ratings were like, we're not even fucking with this.
Yeah.
So there's only, do you know the only movie that's ever won an Oscar that has an X rating? Do you know which movie that is?
No.
It's Midnight Cowboy.
I don't know that one.
You don't know Midnight Cowboy?
No.
With John Boyd.
Are they fucking in it?
So Midnight Cowboy it's weird because when you watch Midnight Cowboy, you're waiting for whoa, that got an X rating?
Yeah.
It involves he's a male prostitute. He's a gigolo. Dustin Hoffman's in it, who kind of plays his friend / pimp kind of guy.
Yeah.
And there's a scene where it's a little racy.
Yeah.
There's some suggested banging, but nothing I was like, what? That got an X rating? When you watch it, you're like, man, we were really... It kind of goes back to the Mortal Kombat thing, where that was seen as mature in 1993.
Yeah.
And it was losing their mind.
Yeah.
And then this Midnight Cowboy that got an X rating, I guarantee it, I guarantee it. If you were to release it just the way it is now, it would get a PG-13 rating.
True.
Without a doubt. They'd just be like, oh, you guys said fuck maybe twice? You can throw that in PG. You can throw that in PG-13. That's fine.
And it is interesting how many fucks are acceptable.
I think it's crazy when you think about movies that are rated PG that have fuck in it.
There's fucks in PG?
Case in point, Beetlejuice. The original Beetlejuice is rated PG. Not only is it rated PG and has outlandish imagery in the movie.
Yes.
Like shit that children, I think, would be very frightened of.
Yeah.
There's also, they deal with suicide, murder, a whorehouse. There's a whole whorehouse in the movie. And at one point in time, Michael Keaton knocks down Alec Baldwin's tree in the model and goes, nice fucking model, and honks his dick. That is a PG movie. That is PG.
Wow.
And Tim Burton somehow got around that.
Yeah, I get, but dude, maybe it's tone.
It might be, but
because it has a fun tone.
It is goofy, but I also think when you're like, yo, you let these kids like, there's nothing wrong with Beetlejuice. I'm like, if you showed Beetlejuice to a 6-year-old, they'd be like, this is terrifying.
Yeah.
This is out of control. And then again, I don't know what 6-year-olds are looking at now. I can't even begin to wrap my mind around it.
Right. I was going to make the case that back then kids were more independent because latchkey kids and stuff like that. Less helicopter parents. But now I'm thinking the kids nowadays might be more mature because they have access to like beheadings and stuff like that.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, what do you use that like really, nothing terrifies anybody anymore.
No.
And that's the thing too is, things that should terrify us don't.
Yeah.
Like the things that like when we see movies, we're afraid of supernatural horror. Mm-hmm. But then you can watch a documentary about a man who went from state to state putting M80s in people's vagina and blowing it up.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh my God, this is amazing. This is great detective work. It's like, that's terrifying. Knowing that is a real thing that could happen, but everyone's like, no, there's ghosts. I don't like ghosts. It's like, I think our priorities on what's scary is very warped. And there used to be a time where you could mix a little bit with column A and column B. Slasher movies were the perfect case for that. Because slasher movies, they didn't exist. Only certain ones existed in the supernatural. Freddy Krueger is a supernatural being.
Right.
Jason Voorhees is a supernatural being. Slumber Party Massacre, that is not supernatural. That's a guy who escapes a mental institution with a drill and goes shoving it into women's heads.
That shit scares me more for sure.
That should be more scary, but everyone's like, it's just a guy.
Yes.
It's just a guy. It's like,
that's why I was freaked out at the Rob Zombie Halloween.
What do you mean?
Because I'm like, this is a kid.
Oh yeah, so that was another thing.
And they played it pretty real.
They did, but that's what I think my biggest. And we'll get to the phone calls in a second after I make this scathing point about the Rob Zombie Halloween series.
I also saw it when I was in middle school and I was stoned.
Sure.
So it was 10 times scarier, and I threw up.
What?
Because I was so scared, and I was also so high.
For real?
Yeah, it was the scene in the woods where he has his first kill.
Yeah, where he beats the kid with the fucking tree.
Yeah, and the kid's like begging and stuff like that. And I'm a very anxious high person.
Okay, well, okay, I can appreciate that. However, what I didn't like about the Rob Zombie version of Halloween 1 and 2 is that Michael Myers is also supernatural.
Yeah.
He's an unstoppable killing machine that is evil incarnate. And one of the things that makes Michael Myers so scary is that evil has no explanation. There is no explanation as to why Michael Myers killed his sister on Halloween.
Yeah.
All they know is that they did it. He was put in a mental institution and then escaped to come back and kill Laurie Strode, who happened to be his sister as well, and anyone who got in his path. He was just fulfilling an evil, unexplainable destiny.
Yes.
And unstoppable. You could shoot him, you can stab him, he will never stop.
Yeah, it seemed like he just had the power of being tall.
Yeah, he was very... That Michael Myers was leggy, I'll tell you.
He just seemed big.
He was a huge, imposing, monolithic, evil man. And the only person who knew that was Dr. Loomis, who was like, he's evil. He's like, he has the blackest eyes. Like, you know,
I don't know what to tell you. He's evil.
Yeah, he's evil. But then as where the Rob Zombie thing came into it, I didn't like it because I like that there was no explanation to why. You know, with the exception of later sequels in the Halloween franchise where they started trying to do this cult of Thorn thing and like how there was a rhyme and reason to like, you know, the destiny of Michael Myers. However, in the Rob Zombie one, they kind of just took Michael Myers and made him from like a broken home.
Yeah.
And borderline, you know what the difference between Michael Myers is and a school shooter in that movie? Just a gun.
True.
Just a gun.
And you know what? It is very of that time because I feel like that origin story is every like alt rock music video from the early 2000s where it's all broken home stuff. There's always a alcoholic dad and a wife beater that's on the chair like.
It's very, yeah, dude. It's just like that, and that's where I was like kind of bummed. Like, oh, you took evil, and then you gave it rhyme and reason. The whole point of evil is that it has no rhyme and reason. That's why it's evil. That's why it's scary. It's like trying to figure out what a shark thinks. You don't know.
Yeah.
As if you found out that a shark's like, honestly, man, I just need hugs. So you'd be like, all right, come here, buddy. I'll fucking hug you. And then you won't have to like bite my dick off. It's rhyme and reason to evil, I think, is where a lot of things in movies, I don't really like it. I don't like that.
Right.
I think it's scarier when there is no explanation. When it's an act of nature, even if it's not natural, you can't. How do you defend against it?
That's a good way of putting it.
You can't defend against something you don't know what it is. And when you start breaking down, like, there's got to be an explanation for this. Oh, it just turns out his mom's a stripper, and he really gets picked on. Right. That would make anybody evil. Yeah. He's an evil, unstoppable. It's like, oh man, that sucks. Just shut up, dude. Write a song. Write a song, Michael Myers.
Do what Rob Zombie did.
Do what Rob Zombie did. You know, don't go Derek, Klebold, and Harris on us. Just write a song. Pick up a paintbrush, Rob.
Yeah,
that's all you got to do. These kids, like when you start breaking down Rob Zombie's Halloween's, like, oh man, it was better. I'm like, I wasn't that much better. It was just. You just tried to explain the unexplainable. And I don't agree with it. I don't agree with it, man. I think when you start trying to put, the unpacking or origin story of things, it's like you can, but what's the point of that? You've already given us gold. Don't show me how the universe makes the gold. It's kind of like, it's like finding out how hot dogs are made. I don't need it. I love it. You don't need to tell me, even though I know it's crap.
Yeah.
But you don't need to explain it.
I even feel that way with like albums and stuff like that. It kind of like changes everything. Like I don't like when they say like a certain idea was like a happy mistake.
Oh yeah.
And
you're like,
I'm like, this wasn't genius.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly, dude. When you find out that Jackson Pollock was just a drunk, you're like,
yeah, that pisses me off.
You're like, fuck.
Yeah, I thought it was like a stroke of God.
No. That technique he used, where you're like, oh my God, there's patterns in there.
Yeah,
there's fractals in there. How did he learn how to drop paint while smoking a cigarette and walking on it? This man's a genius. Nope, just a wild paint-eating, drinking fuck.
It could have been anyone.
Could have been anybody.
I've also seen bands where. To write breakdowns, they drop like a ping pong ball, and the rhythm that it bounces, that's it. It's like, if it's like dum 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 dum, that's what they do. They're like bump 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 bump, and I'm like, dude, you got to give Gravity publishing,
dude.
It's so much less cool.
If I find out that one of my favorite blast beats from a Cannibal song is just someone farting in the background, I'm gonna be so mad.
Hold on a second.
It's like, yeah, man, you love Hammer Smash Face. Actually, that breakdown is just me. I ate earlier that day. Fuck. Oh, man. This football season, stop being a baby and place some bets on the game already. With MyBookie, it couldn't be easier. With promos like weekly risk-free boosts, even if you've never bet on anything in your life, you can definitely handle this. If you're not a football fan, you can still get in on the fun. With MyBookie has tons of games you can play, like blackjack and European roulette. I made some money this week on the election, and I gotta be honest with you, Big Daddy T brought me in $25 whole, and thank God he did. I definitely needed that gas turned back on. Here's a great sports season, no matter what sport it is, with MyBookie. When you're ready to get started, just click on the link in the show notes, sign up, and you're ready to bet. Use promo code THEEND to double your bankroll with a 100% deposit bonus right away. You heard that right, 100% deposit bonus up to $1,000 with code THEEND before you even place a bet. If you've been betting with MyBookie already, it's time to check out MyBookie Plus with their new loyalty rewards program that can help you earn extra cash just for doing what you do. Here's a pro tip if you're rolling. The NFL teams with powerhouse offensive lines are dominating the run on the game this year, and betting the total unders has been printing money. Bet anything, anytime, from anywhere with MyBookie. Now, back to the show. All right, we got phone calls.
Please.
That'd be so disheartening.
Shaner, what's happening? I got a bit of a predicament.
Yes.
I got a question, and I need some answers. Like I'm tossing and turning, staying awake at night, because I need some answers.
Yeah, man.
So this woman I've been seeing, she left me to be back with her ex.
Oh.
He is a convicted pedophile with a coke problem.
Hand in hand.
Who left her when she was in the middle of a medical emergency. Like, this was like 10 years ago before we met. And he's like way older than me too. He's like 10, 15 years older than me. Like, I don't get it. I'm losing my mind trying to figure out, like, what is it about this guy that I got picked over a pedophile, man. I mean, how does this happen? I mean, I'm at a loss for words. I just need some answers. Yeah. I mean, she even when we were together, she held him in like high esteem. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it, man. I'm losing my mind. Help me out here. Throw me a lifesaver. Thank you, Ryan. Love you.
So,
bye.
Thank you.
Quick word of advice: say pedophile, convicted pedophile last.
Yeah,
because he said convicted pedophile, and then he was like, and he's also just like super inconsiderate. Like, he didn't treat her good. So yeah, build to that.
Yeah, I mean, well, this really just goes to show, you know, women really don't know what they want.
Yeah.
And it really just goes to show too, you know, look, I don't know anything about you, the caller. I don't know what your financial situation is. I don't know, you know, what you do for fun. Maybe this guy's just, look, and I'm not defending him. I'm not defending convicted pedophile.
Right.
He might just be a good time. He might just be a good hang in her eyes.
And,
you know,
I would love to know how old they are.
Yeah.
You know, because if this is early 20s, she just wants a bad boy, dude.
No, she wants the baddest boy.
She wants the baddest
The bad,
boy.
like, what's bad? Pedophile bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's...
And, there's like a whole thing where women love those kind of dudes. So I think you just met the wrong lady.
Yeah, you might just have, you know, dude, if you love something, let it go.
Right.
And if it comes back to you, make sure that she's also not a pedophile as well. You know, there's a whole thing is like, I'm not saying you start to pick up the traits of someone you date, but like, you know, if you're dating a pedophile, convicted, and then, you know, there's going to be a point in time where like you ask him like, oh, what'd you do today? He's like, Do you really want to know, babe? All
Yeah.
right, I'm letting you into my world.
Right.
Be part of my world. It's like there's going to be a time where you're dabble. There's going to be a time where you are like, well, look, how good could it possibly be? If you're dating somebody who constantly smokes meth and you're like, I don't like meth. It's not for me. It's just a heme thing. There's going to be a time where, like, you guys get together and it's like, have you ever tried meth?
Right. It's like if you're super into sports and your girlfriend hates it. She's
Exactly.
like, well, I want to like support what he's into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's just going to buy you like a fucking pedophile mug for Christmas. It's like, I know you like that stuff.
Yeah.
It's not for me, though. I bought you, like, you can have these pedophiles. Like, I bought you these child underwears. I found them online. I bought
Well, I think too, dude, don't let this affect how you move.
Yeah.
Where the song Girl the Bad Guys Want by Bowling for Soup?
No, I don't.
So it's about the singer is
Don't
saying,
you tell me their breakdown is ping pong well related. I'm going to lose my mind.
where the song starts out about this girl. She's watching wrestling, creaming over tough guys, listening to rap metal turntables in her eyes. And then at the end, he changes. He's like, I'm watching wrestling, trying to be a tough guy, listening to rap metal turntables in my eyes.
Yeah.
Don't get the turntables in your eyes now.
Don't get the turntables that is child pornography.
Yeah.
Don't get the child pornography turntables in your eyes.
Because sometimes that happens.
Yeah, dude.
I tried to change myself for a girl to be the kind of guy that she's into.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, and that's honestly that might be a test. She might be messing with you, dude. You might be like, what can I do to win her back? And she's like, I don't know. I like child pornographers. I don't know. You could try. He's like, oh my God. And then that's what happens. Don't become the better child pornographer, dude. No. Don't become the better pedophile, a better file. You don't need to do that, dude.
And also that's so subjective. How do you even know?
Yeah, how do you know? What are you guys gonna show up and challenge him? Oh, you think you're good at fingering boys? Smell them. Smell them.
Not the cracked knuckle.
You can't challenge somebody to have a kid fuck off. That doesn't work.
Yeah, I could see her justifying it in her head in a weird way. It really depends on what the child rape is.
I don't think it does.
I don't like any of it.
I don't think it does.
I don't like any of it.
I don't think it does.
But there's some dumb ladies out there, and I could see her being like, oh, well, he fucked like a 17-year-old, and then they got him on that.
I see the technicalities. The statutory.
Right. Yes.
The statutory.
I could see her, like, if that's the case.
Yeah. What if he was just a guy who was just kissing children?
How like Mike Tyson just grabbed that. Did you see that?
Yeah, dude.
The Hezbollah or whatever.
Now imagine picking up a child just
Well,
and then running away.
what's interesting is he said that she was with him 10 years prior.
Yeah.
And you're saying this seems kind of like a younger person's problem. What if he got the pedophile charge from dating her?
Oh, Danny, you fucking pathologist.
So, but then wouldn't that require her to testify against him though?
She couldn't.
Right.
She couldn't, dude. She ran away. What
At
happened?
15 can't.
You know what it was?
Let's just say it's 15.
The state takes it.
The state, yeah.
So this is what happened. I'm already putting this together. Those two were together. He was like a 25-year-old man. Showed up, was like the uncle of a friend in high school. Bought them beer once. Had a party and was like, yeah, you kids have your thing, do your thing. And then sees her get out of the pool. And he's like, I guess I'll stay for a beer. No, whatever. They get talking. She's blown away by his knowledge of magazines. Of nothing. Just blown away by his 25-year-old knowledge of the world because she's 15 years old.
A Roth eye or a what?
What? 401 who? He's like, yeah, I have $50 right now. Just blown away that he's a night manager at a Weiss shopping center. They have a secret relationship, and he's like, you can't tell anybody. Like, you know, they'll come after us, babe. This isn't like, I'm not Elvis. I can't just marry it.
They want to attack our love.
They're coming after it, dude.
Yeah.
Our liberties are under fire right now.
And that kind of shit probably does make a teenage lady go nuts.
Dude, she lost her mind because she's like,
they don't want us to be together.
this is like Romeo and Juliet, baby.
Yeah.
You know how the world works now. And she was like, I want to be with you. And he's like, I can't. You know I can't. And then he gets
That would
busted.
work on me if I was a teenage boy and
then
like
what-
an older lady was saying that.
And you know what happens? A lady who is pining over him and doesn't know about their secret love affair, she finds it out. And she's like, really? I've been hitting on you. Like, you don't want me? Oh, you're going to fuck this kid? Okay. She dimes him out. He gets popped. Taken out of his fucking Chevy Cavalier. The 15-year-old's like, no! And he's like, babe, no. He's like, this is bullshit. I love him. This is bullshit. Keep your mouth shut. Don't say anything to him, babe. I mean, girl, I don't know you. He gets popped, put in jail.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'll be out. And she's like, but I want, don't leave. Waits. He goes to jail for a while, 10 years.
And to survive prison for 10 years as a child molester, this guy, he must be so tall.
He's the best.
Age of contenders, bring me down.
He gets out. Yeah, man. Look, I'm not saying you were the in-between of love. But you may have been, if she was with him 10 years prior and he maybe just got out of jail, maybe that was like the love of her life. You know?
Yeah.
This is like a Deborah LaFlave type of thing. You know?
Deborah LaFlave. But while he was in prison, she had a big clock. Count down the days. Yeah.
He didn't fuck, boys. He fucked me. Oh, man. Yeah, dude, it sucks.
That probably is a flavor of love.
What's your flavor of love? Children. Oh, all right. Yeah, dude, I think
Dealt with. We nailed that.
case closed. No, I think this woman is just they had a relationship. She still loves the guy. It may have been her first contact with a wiener.
Right.
And now she's still in love with him. And weirdly enough, he's still in love with her.
Right.
You know, and they're grossly meant to be together.
Right.
And you just happen to be you were a rest stop in the journey of love.
Yeah. You were the loves.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You were the loves.
Shit and fuck here till your boyfriend's dead.
Exactly.
But yeah, and dude, fuck her,
Hey,
man.
fuck her, dude.
You sound like a nice guy.
Yeah. And do
know
you
what I
really want to be attached to a woman who fucked a convicted pedophile? Get out of here.
Yeah.
You don't need that.
But also maybe you should make some changes, because if that lady has a type and she liked you,
Yeah, that's also a
What does that say about you a
That's a
little
weird red flag.
yeah.
She just caught you looking at a kid like, she's like, ooh. He might be bad.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, you're pedophile methadone.
Pedophile methadone.
She was having withdrawals and
She
shit. Like,
was,
this is the
dude.
guy.
I need something to get this monkey off my back for a little bit.
That's crazy to be a pedophile
Yeah.
patch.
I just need something to take the edge off. I'm weaning myself off of ween. All right. Next phone call.
Hey, Shaner. Hey, Dubs. Hey, guest. It's Zombie calling back.
Yo.
It's been a few months since I've called in. But, yeah, no, the baby's doing well and work's going all right. And, you know, everything is going well. But, yeah. A hypothetical question.
Yes.
If you had to pick a way to get into a fight, how would you do it? Like who would you want to fight? I think considering that Dubs is a Muay Thai guy and you're a banger, I think that would be a good question. All right. Have a good one.
I don't think I understand that question.
Wait. Okay. I thought there was like going to be a follow-up there at the end. I thought you were like, also.
So is he saying who would you pick a fight with?
Yeah.
Or how would you pick a fight?
If I wanted to fight somebody, who would I fight? And then how would I go about picking the fight? I think you know what it would be if I was first off, most of the fights I've been in, I didn't really start them.
Yeah.
It was just a thing that kind of happened, and then a small dumb argument at a bar or someplace, and then it just kind of went that way. I don't think I've ever gone like, I'm looking for a fight. I don't think I've ever done that. There's been guys I've had problems with who I'm like, if something does happen, it will happen, but I've never really instigated. But if I was going to, I'm going blind guy. I'm gonna fight a blind dude. Just like if I'm gonna be a dick, you might as well jump the shark into like, wow, what the
Go
hell?
full piece of shit.
Yeah, like just to a point where people are like, you know, it'd be great just to do have a fight with somebody where people are like, I thought I knew you.
Right.
You know, like I thought, wait a minute, you did what? It's like, yeah, dude, I went up and I kicked the cane out, and then I started beating him with it. It's like, I've had enough, dude. My day, I was already frustrated.
Yes.
You know, I was just having one of them days. You know, I pack a chainsaw. I'll skin your ass raw. It's just one of those days. You know, I was having a break stuff moment.
I don't know if I necessarily want to fight someone, but I never got to do like the tabletop pushover with a bro.
Ooh,
That would be
nice.
sick.
Yeah. I kind of want to do that before I die.
Yeah, that is very cool. Get all the movie stuff out of the way.
Yeah.
Oh, man, okay. If we're going movie stuff,
You want to slide someone down a bar?
no, I want to tackle someone out of a window.
Yeah,
I want
dude.
to tackle someone out of like a first story or low second story window.
Yeah.
Like
that would be sick.
The window at Helium in the front bar would be perfect.
How fucking awesome would that be? People are out front smoking, and then all of a sudden, two dudes fly out, and I'm mid punch in the air like that.
That's powerful.
That's what I want. Holy shit, yeah.
I think I would go wheelchair pedophile. Because I would be righteous.
Yeah, sure.
And
all right.
I'll win.
Yeah. I wind it back. I go blind pedophile. Blind molester. He tells you that I have to touch your face with my hands. He's got it all worked out. He's like, hold on, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
I got it. I'm painting the picture.
Hold on, how old are you? It's the only way I can figure it out.
That is so funny that like the blind dude's image of someone has to buffer like a 1999 computer. Yeah.
It's like a laser jet printer. Ew.
Yeah, you're stuck on shoulders for a little bit.
Dude, I wonder how many blind dudes or blind women, you know, blind people, if you're listening, which is all you can do. I don't know why I said blind people if you're listening. Blind people.
Yeah, blind
Out
people.
there.
If you're on the cast, I have one message for you.
If you're, Can you see it? You don't even know what we're doing right now. Check this out. You've never even seen this shit. Wow. But blind people, if you've ever had to, and I mean this, if you've ever had to touch someone's face, like you've been talking to a guy or a gal, and then it gets to the point where like, I cannot touch your face to see what you look like.
Yeah.
And then you do, and you're like, oh. How many times you've been like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Like, and you got it. I think that's got to be a disheartening thing. You know, like
So
say you're a person with sight, and you're talking to a blind person, and they're like, let me touch his face. I just need to, it's the only way the only way I can see you. And then they start doing it, and then they're like, Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, okay. Like, oh, just. Or they were just like, get out of here, bitch.
Yeah, dude.
Get out of here, Uggo.
Did
That
you
would
know
be-
Shannon Canton?
I don't think so, no.
He was there's still a comic, blind comic. He was from Philly. I don't know where he's living now. Cool guy. But he lost his sight. He used to be able to see.
Oh, yeah.
And the last like crush he had, celebrity crush, was Hillary Duff when she was young. And he has no idea how hot she's gotten.
What a bummer.
And that's a huge shame.
Yeah.
But we were thinking about for his birthday 3D printing her.
Oh, that would be cool.
I think that would be sweet.
That would be that would actually be pretty goddamn nice of you. That would
I
actually
think that would be
pretty
the coolest thing we could do. And then, Rusty Wright used to live with him. And there were some things I just didn't even think about that he was saying. Like he said he would come home to the apartment and all the lights were off and he just smells food cooking.
Yeah, that's got to be unnerving.
He's just
Yeah,
cooking.
just
cooking. Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, I guess that makes sense.
That would be terrifying. Just to see a shadow of like somebody just flipping flapjacks in a pitch black room, man.
And then I had like the reverse fantasy of like, has this ever happened where someone was completely blind, like just dark,
Yeah.
and then they get their vision later in life?
Sure.
How fucking scary is that?
I think
you
that-
see like these fleshy monsters
So
everywhere.
I don't think they'd be able to do that.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't think your brain would be able to handle that.
yeah.
I think if you were born completely blind.
right.
Not like, the white blindness where you can kind of only see, blacks. You can where you can see shadows.
Yes.
If you were like, pitch black blind,
Right.
and then they're like, hey, we found a way to bring your sight back. They would have to like bring your sight back and then put you in like a very unstimulating room.
Yes.
And then they'd have to slowly put things in front of you. So your brain's like, okay, I guess even with like, you hearing things, they'd be like, remember all those crazy things you heard? This is what they look like.
yeah.
Remember,
Yes.
imagine hearing a motorcycle.
Yeah.
And then someone's trying to even explain to you what wheels are.
Right.
And you've never seen a
These
wheel.
flying metal things?
You know it, and maybe you can touch it. You're like, I really don't even get what I'm looking at because I'm touching it.
I can't even imagine.
I don't know.
You have to, put them in a non-simulating
Yeah,
environment.
yeah.
Maybe start with pictures. Like they're
Oh,
alone
yeah,
in a room.
I didn't even think about that.
Like show them a picture of a person,
But you
because
know-
that would be crazy if you just saw a person. Like,
Yeah, but what would be crazy too is if some like how they railroad that, they give them a pop-up book, they would have a heart attack. But then just imagine living your whole life without knowing what ugly is,
yeah,
and then seeing grotesque for the first time. Your brain would explode.
it's I Shallow Hal.
See, I also think too, the danger with that is this person would never be able to. I really am willing to bet this person would never be able to work ever.
Yeah.
And the reason I say that is because imagine living your entire life up until, let's just say, 35.
Yeah.
You're 35 years old. And then they're like, we found a way to give you sight. Do you know how much shit you've missed visually? You're like, oh, imagine not just hearing about Jurassic Park, but not even understanding what the concept of dinosaurs are.
Right.
And just being like, I guess I get that. Like, okay, fun. I read the Braille, but I can't even begin to picture what these things are because I've never seen them. I don't know what red is. I don't know what lizards look like. I know how they're describing them, but I don't even know what those shapes are because I've never seen those fucking shapes.
God, yeah, you have to be so crazy.
You would
eased into it.
lose your mind.
We're so lucky that we were like babies and we were just like,
Yeah, we got it. You know what would be crazy though, dude? It's like if you just showed up and everyone was like purple. It's like, yeah, what? Yeah, purple. This is what white is. This is what the color white is. And they're like, I didn't know. Like, you don't know what white is. You could say the craziest things and they would never know what a hue or tone or gradient of any color is. Explaining red How do you explain red?
There's no possible. I don't think so.
You can't. So like if you showed up and you were like, oh, this is what white is, but it's like orange, they'd be like, it's just a name.
Right.
You know, it's like Earth is called Earth. We don't know if like aliens call Earth Earth. We just made that name up. Yeah. They might be like, yeah, you guys are fucking dick. We've been calling you ball sack for the longest time. Like, what? Yeah, you guys are Shitsville. Like, wait a minute. What? I didn't know that those. You didn't know that?
I'm going to do this research now because it's had to have happened to one person.
I don't think so, dude.
You don't think so?
I think if their sight was given back, it was a person who went blind, not was born blind.
Right.
And then they had ocular surgery to bring back the cones and rods in your eyes to like strengthen them or something. I think if they brought back a person who was fully blind, that would be the first time we'd see a legitimate head explode.
Yeah.
If you were just like, and now you see, like it would just be, they'd be dead.
Like the Austin Power booby robot.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
And that's, again, I guess this begs the question is, how do we deal with the fiend that would become a person who now needs to experience everything? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And just doesn't know what ugly is. Imagine finding out that you've been blind your whole life and like you've been feeling your girlfriend's face, but you don't know what those shapes mean. You don't know what the topography means. You have no basis on what is and what isn't. And then the lights come on and you're like, whoa.
Like a Magellan, like Discovery on mid.
Yes. Just like, oh. No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Then maybe, I don't know, but maybe they find other ways to be horny that would help them through that. Because when you're blind, it's all theater of the mind. So
yeah, but there's also nothing in the theater, Rob.
The blind.
There's nothing in the
blind
theater.
kink community has to be crazy.
Oh,
because that's
man.
all mental.
Yeah, I guess so.
All they have is like power dynamics and stuff like that. They can feel tits, but like they can't be like, yo, sweet tits.
What do they look like? You know.
Yeah, like I think that's cool.
Yo, describe her pussy. Describe the sound it makes.
Now I want a dirty talk with the blind lady.
Dude, I would love to. I remember when I was like single, I was like, oh man, I wonder if there's any like, because there was on, Bumble and Tinder, I've never seen blind people on there.
Right.
And I was always wondering like, if there was a blind person, if I swiped right, would I be able to match with them? Like, how would they know that my text came up?
Right. I think it's voice stuff because Shannon uses Facebook all the time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's good.
Man.
But that would be a useless app for them because they don't know. Just going off the bio.
Oh yeah, and also imagine I was a dick pic guy for a while. I don't need the computer being like vein, just girthy vein, dripping head. Like, how do you dick pics? Or imagine trying to ask for nudes from a blind person.
Oh my god,
it's just like all over here and like just. Like they have no idea where to put the camera.
Yeah, it's like that? You get shoulder pics. Blurry shoulder.
Everything looks like an out of fucking focus Sasquatch picture like in the background. It's like,
I'm like, you're going to have to draw nipples all over you in case you miss your tits. I need something. Draw a nipple on your forehead, please.
This has been the End Podcast. Oh, Rob, thank you so much for being on the show.
Of course, buddy.
We're going to switch it over to Patreon. Make sure you call the hotline, 833-443-5300. We'll address any comment, question, concern, or possible, love interest thing that you're going on with a former pedophile or how you want to punch somebody out of a window. We're going to switch it over to Patreon later.
See ya.